Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about UniLend. And today morning, Binance announced that Binance will list UniLend or UFT token in the innovation zone. So the notification goes like follows, right? Binance will list UniLend UFT in the innovation zone and will open trading for UFT ETH and UFT BUSD trading pairs. Users can now start depositing UFT in preparation for trading, right? So what is UniLend? UniLend is a permissionless DeFi protocol that combines spot trading services and money markets with lending and services through smart contracts. UniLend simultaneously enables any ERC20 token to be utilized as collateral for lending and borrowing, whilst providing users the ability to also trade their assets in platform. Users can correspondingly earn fees in proportion to their liquidity pool stake through liquidity provision, right? So basically, if you guys already don't know what UniLend is, it's a permissionless DeFi protocol that combines spot trading services and money market services with lending and services through smart contract, right? So you can basically this is a protocol that combines spot trading services with lending services, and it's all done through smart contract in a decentralized way. UniLend simultaneously enables any ERC20 token to be utilized as collateral for lending and borrowing, whilst providing users the ability to also trade their assets in platform. So basically you can use any ERC20 token in this platform, and you can provide collateral and use it for lending, or you can borrow with that collateral, whilst providing it any users the ability to trade in their platforms alongside, right? Users can correspondingly earn fees in proportion to their liquidity pool stake through liquidity provision. Again, this is pretty similar to any DeFi project, where if you provide liquidity to the protocol, either via a single token or by two tokens, you will earn a portion of the fees on the trading platform, right? So again, that's pretty much the overview. So let's go to the Binance research page for UniLend. So basically, the overall, if you want to sum up the UniLend token or the protocol in one sentence, it's basically a permissionless DeFi protocol. By DeFi, you can do lending and borrowing with collateral, and you can also provide liquidity and earn liquidity provider fees, right? So UniLend is a permissionless DeFi protocol that combines spot trading and lending or borrowing functionality with the same platform. Again, this is something that we already covered. UniLend will allow anyone to list any ERC20 asset for decentralized trading, lending, and borrowing. The aim of the platform is to offer users a full range of asset management capabilities in one product, right? Again, so you are able to manage. Again, this is something that the project aims to do. You are able to manage a full range of assets, right, in this platform, and that asset, obviously, as long as it's ERC20 token, then you can obviously use it for trading or lending or borrowing or whatever services that the platform has to offer, right? The UFT token is the ERC20 native utility token of the UniLend platform. UFT will carry multiple use cases within the UniLend ecosystem, right? So some of the main use cases for UniLend token is basically governance. Parameters related to the protocol will be decided by UFT holders via proposals that require majority consensus to be implemented, right? Again, governance is a pretty standard concept in any DeFi protocol that aims to create its own ecosystem. So if you are a UFT token holder, and if you want to participate in governance, then this project allows you to do that, right? Staking and yield farming. UFT holders will be able to participate in staking on UniLend in order to receive a percentage of fees generated by the platform, and can also yield farm UFT tokens by adding liquidity and lend to slash borrowing from the selected pools, right? So if you want to stake, you can stake the UFT token and receive a percentage of the fees generated from the platform, or you can provide you can provide liquidity and get rewarded in that way. And also you can yield farm UFT tokens by adding liquidity, which is something that we discussed, and lending and borrowing from the selected pool. So by lending and borrowing, you're not only earning a decent interest rate, but by lending you're earning a decent interest rate. By borrowing, you're able to use your collateral to borrow some other asset, right? But when it comes to lending and borrowing activities, you are awarded with UFT tokens because you're participating in the yield farming part of the project, right? So that's pretty cool. Discounted transaction fees. UniLend will implement meta transactions, allowing platform users to pay cheaper fees using UFT compared to ETH, right? So again, cheaper transaction fees in the Ethereum blockchain is a very big plus because as you guys know, Ethereum is kind of like clogged, and it's although it has some really cool projects, not a lot of people can interact with it because many of the retail investors don't really have more than a few $1,000s to invest, and they are completely excluded out of the Ethereum network and all the DeFi action that's happening in Ethereum, right? Especially in the middle of a bull market, right? So UniLend aims to implement meta transactions that allows for the platform users to pay a cheaper price, cheaper fees for using UFT compared to Ethereum, right? So that's again a very big plus point. I think Binance kind of chose to release this project because of the fact that this project allows for cheaper transactions on Ethereum, right? So I think the intention of the Binance team seems to be towards a healthy competition, but many people may disagree. But again, since this token is one of the very few tokens, again, one other token is 1inch, which also tries to reduce gas fees on the Ethereum blockchain. So since this is another project that not a lot of people are aware of, or people don't really notice these kind of projects, I think Binance is doing a good job listing these kind of tokens so that people can make it aware and make themselves aware on how to reduce transaction fees, right? So the UniLend platform includes the following features: support for synthetic assets, synthetic real-world assets and derivatives like major stocks such as FAANG and Tesla, in addition to gold, silver, etc., right? So this project also supports derivatives on its platform. So it's kind of like trying to be this all-in-one DeFi project, right, where you can do yield farming, you can lend or borrow with the collateral, you can do governance on it, you can also bring in external stocks or gold or anything like that in this platform, and use it for trading or make it available for trading for other users. So it kind of is like a all-in-one package, right? Permissionless uncollateralized lending. The platform will launch a permissionless flash loan pool, offering this new financial tool for any ERC20 asset, right? So again, these are all in the pipeline where you can use the decentralized nature of Ethereum to and UniLend's multi-feature ability to launch flash loans, which was initially pioneered by Aave, and this is going to be available for not only a few ERC system but also every ERC20 tokens, right? So that's pretty cool. As of February 23rd, the current circulating supply of UFT is 25 million tokens, and the total supply is 100 million tokens, right? Again, this is a very cool information because when we cover the tokenomics in detail, this will be easier for us to refer to. So it's good that Binance Research is providing this information. So this is kind of like a small summary of UniLend token. Again, if you are interested in learning more about this token, and reading the Binance Research articles yourself, go to Binance Research and search for UFT or UniLend, and you will be taken to this page, right? So when we look at the UniLend website itself, unilend.finance is the right place to go to, and you guys can read through their documents, their white paper, and all the other information that this video doesn't cover. So what they basically say is unlocking the true potential of decentralized finance. Again, they aim to be this multi-faceted project which does lending, borrowing, liquidity providing, staking, so on and so forth, right? And they want to be like the project that unlocks the true potential of decentralized finance. UniLend is a permissionless decentralized protocol that combines spot trading services and money markets with lending, and services through smart contracts. Again, something that we already discussed before. They have some cool graphics again, and important information is conveyed pretty smoothly in this website. Introducing UniLend, the existing DeFi platforms act as a gatekeeper in allowing which projects to be a part of their pool, but thereby barring the majority of assets from participation in the DeFi ecosystem. Again, it's kind of like ironic that Ethereum itself is kind of like a barrier to entry, but when you do manage to enter Ethereum with all the after paying all the high gas fees and all that, there are several DeFi projects that act as silos which don't really interoperate with each other necessarily, and also they also act as a barrier to entry themselves because these projects only offer so much, right? So UniLend aims to remove this from the DeFi picture by becoming this multi-facet project, right? Um, so multi-asset pools also expose lenders to risk associated with all of the included assets with no control over the collaterals against which their funds can be lent, right? UniLend is a permissionless decentralized protocol that combines spot trading. Again, the same thing has been also mentioned again, so I'm not going to read that. So basically, they aim to create this opportunity for multi facet assets, which is any ERC20 tokens, and you can use multiple ERC20 tokens for multiple different activities, right? Our features, UniLend is supporting and offering comprehensive functionality for a vast range of digital assets. Here are some of the key elements of UniLend protocol, right? So these are some of the key features of UniLend protocol. If you don't really understand what UniLend is up to this point, then I believe that they are trying to make it easier for people to understand by providing their key features, right? Basically, permissionless listing. Any ERC20 token would be able to list without any entity controlling the listing process, making UniLend's features accessible to every token, right? Again, this is pretty straightforward. So if you want to list a very unique ERC20 token, and if you can't find a platform to do so, then UniLend offers this platform in a much more simpler and easier way, and not only for a rare ERC20 tokens, but for any ERC20 tokens, right? So it's completely permissionless, and that's one of the key features. Lending and borrowing, again, we already know this. Users have the capability to unlock their tokens functionality for lending to receive an interest rate and borrowing by paying an interest rate. Again, pretty straightforward concept that we've covered multiple times. Trading, a corresponding trading pair will also operate on UniLend's platform to include decentralized spot trading functionality for platform users, right? Again, trading, pretty straightforward. Governance, we've already covered this one, so I don't want to cover that again. Liquidity, again, we covered that again. Native utility token. The native utility token of UniLend will be UFT, UniLend Finance Token. The token will have multiple use cases for governance, platform utility, and much more, right? Again, if you hold this token, you have multiple opportunities to be unlocked within this platform. So again, if people are interested in participating in this platform and improving this project, then UniLend is something that you'll have to hold for participating in governance, right? So they have their team members here, and along with their Twitter and LinkedIn profiles. So you guys can go ahead and read through the docs, as well as look into all the developers and the creators of this platform in order to understand more about their background and where they aim to go with this project in the future, right? So that's some of the pretty summarized version of what this project is. It offers a pretty cool feature, and it makes sense in a way why Binance would list it, because not only is it in a way like again offering so many features to the ERC20 token, I believe that there will be an opportunity for this project to expand it to multi-chain, multi networks and multiple chains, such as the Binance Smart Chain. And I believe that Binance Smart Chain aims to bring this to everyone's attention, so that when this project ends up branching out to other chains such as Polkadot or Binance Smart Chain, then the project will grow even further and will also benefit users from these chains, right? So that's a pretty cool kind of like way why Binance kind of listed this. So let's look at the CoinGecko page for UniLend Finance, right? Again, this token is currently ranked as 247th token by market cap on CoinGecko, and you can clearly see that this token has been performing pretty well immediately after the Binance listing. Obviously, just like any other token that gets listed on Binance website. So if you see the current price of this token is $3.38, and it recently had a spike at about 68.6% obviously after the Binance listing in the past 24 hours. And the market cap is something that I really want to bring your attention to. It's $87.8 million, which is relatively low compared to many other projects that really don't have a lot of features that this token has to offer or this project has to offer, right? So that is something that you guys need to keep in mind. Despite having a Binance listing, I know it's pretty early to say this, but I don't think many people take this project that seriously, because usually any project that gets listed on Binance has like 100+% increase. But this project has a mere 60 to 70% increase in the past 24 hours immediately after Binance listing, and that could also be attributed to the overall market kind of like slumping down and moving sideways, or even some of the markets even like going down and going the really big negative territory. So I believe that this project is going to be unnoticed because of all the FUD that's happening in the market right now, and that itself poses a really good opportunity for entering into this position, right? Because if you see the $87 million market cap for a project, for a token that you can use to govern the protocol, use it for lending and borrowing, use it for staking, use it for like listing multiple ERC20 tokens in a permissionless manner, and also using it to multiple other future developmental projects, right, is going to be really really incredible. You won't find these kind of tokens with such a low market cap, relatively low market cap, that easily, right? So that's something that you may be potentially interested in, so that you can add it to your research, right? But if you see, the circulating supply is 25.5 million tokens, which we saw like a few minutes ago, and also the maximum supply is 100 million tokens, right? So 100 million is similar to like Bitcoin and many other standard max supply tokens. The supply is not too high and not too low, so it's kind of like just the right amount. And since almost 25% of the entire token is circulating, you can expect a little bit of an inflation, kind of like for the short term, causing the price to slump a bit for the short term. But if you look at the project fundamentals, it's so robust. It's planning to create this all-in-one DeFi project, which not a lot of projects aim to do, even in the Ethereum blockchain, right? Where innovation is pretty much abundant in the Ethereum blockchain. You don't find these kind of projects that easily, right? So again, the market cap with all the fundamentals plus the good solid maximum supply makes this project really really enticing to me, at least, right? But again, to you guys need to do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a financial advisor, and this video does not contain financial advice. But let's look at the charts right now, and if you see, this token has been pretty much performing pretty well even before the Binance listing, right? So if you see, the data is available from 14th October 2020, and you can see that it was worth 23 cents at the time, and it had been going sideways with not a lot of price action, but all of a sudden on the early this month, it started going up, and then like it started shooting up immediately after the Binance listing, right? So that's pretty cool, because you can clearly see that it doesn't really have an all-time highs yet, as of now at least. But you can clearly see that this Binance listing hype is going to end in 1 or 2 days, or it will probably end even tomorrow, because of all the FUD that's happening. People who invested in this token will probably dump it, and this price will crash like pretty steeply, right? And you can expect like a kind of support at $2 or even $1.50 range, which would be a really good entry point if you are looking to buy this token, right? But let's look at the Bitcoin comparative, and you can clearly see that although Bitcoin comparative seems to have the token had been performing much better in a Bitcoin compared to the dollar comparative in the last year, third quarter or fourth quarter of last year. But you can clearly see that even immediately after the Binance listing, the Bitcoin comparative for this token is also going up. This is also partly attributed to the fact that Bitcoin itself is going down. So any token that goes up kind of goes up like with severe magnitude, right? So since Bitcoin itself is kind of going down and this token got a Binance listing, the Binance push kind of pumped it high, making a relatively new all-time high for the Bitcoin comparative as well, right? So if you ask my suggestion, would I buy it? I would probably wait for this token to kind of reach the $2.50 mark, or even the $2 or somewhere in between, $2 to $2.50 mark, because that is definitely going to come, because this pump is definitely due to the Binance listing, and all Binance listed tokens, it will pump and it will definitely dump within a few days, and it will find its fair market value, which will probably be around $2.50 in that range, right? Again, depending on how bad the FUD is, you can also expect this token to touch the $1.50 mark, which at this point after Binance listing would be a literal steal for you guys if you guys plan to buy that at that particular price point, right? But I wouldn't really bet on this token reaching that price point, because again, the fundamentals are strong and there's a lot of experienced investors who are probably looking at this token and waiting for an opportunity to buy it immediately, right? So they may probably buy it as soon as it crosses the $2.15, $2.20 range, and kind of make the price stabilize at around $2.50, right? So that's why I'm saying, if you find this token going at or below $2.50, it would be a really good buy point, which is something that I am expecting myself, right, to get into this token. But again, that's not financial advice. Please do your own research. Otherwise, if you're planning to hold this token for long term, you can even buy it at this price, right? Which is totally fine, as long as you hold it, you have a long term vision for this token, and you are a really big believer of what this token has to build for the future. But for a again, even if you want to hold it long term as well, you can still buy it at a lower price. But if you feel like you don't really want to wait, you can just buy it right now for a long term hodl, right? So that's pretty cool. Again, with regards to the markets, you can clearly buy it on Binance with BUSD and ETH. You can also buy it from Uniswap and SushiSwap, right? Again, I wouldn't recommend Uniswap or SushiSwap unless you're buying really huge volumes of this token, because the gas prices are insanely high. It's probably at its all-time highs right now. So the best place for you to buy it is at Binance. I would not recommend MXC. Although if you guys do have good experiences by using MXC, then please let me know. But otherwise, I wouldn't really trust any other exchange apart from the top tier as well as the mid tier exchanges, right? So that's pretty much it. So what's my final verdict on this token? Again, very strong fundamentals. They have a very good website that kind of like, even if you don't have the time to read through their docs in detail, you can read through their main features, their permissionless listing, lending and borrowing, trading, governance, liquidity, and native token utility. So they have so many things going on, and they're also planning to in the future go even more further. And what they're basically saying is, in the future they'll also support permissionless uncollateralized lending, where they will potentially offer flash loans, which was something that Aave offered, and Aave literally shot up. As you guys noticed, the past two weeks back, I think Aave was doing incredibly well, right? And that was mainly due to its strong fundamentals and some of the innovations that it brought, including flash loans. So this token is planning to bring the same, but the only difference between this token and Aave is this token has a whole ecosystem where it does everything, including all the things that we already saw before, and much more, right? So the fundamentals are strong, the market cap is relatively low, the circulating supply is pretty strong. No worries about the team is also, it seems like the team are also pretty smart people. You can also see that this token does not have any all-time high as of now, until like after Binance listing obviously, but that's not really considered as an all-time high because this is purely because of the fact that so many people want to make a quick profit, right? The Binance pump and dump is the same as the Coinbase pump and dump, and it's not something that you should take it really seriously because most of the tokens that are listed on Binance undergo this one. But once they start dumping, that's when the true fundamentals start coming into play, and this token will start performing relatively well in the short term as well as in the long term, right? Remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.